From Ella Thomas walking back into the villa to hand Tariq a taste of his own medicine, to Adam Collard running through 4 women so methodically that a domestic abuse charity felt the need to issue a public statement, these are the Love Islanders who didn't just cause drama. They revealed exactly what the show was willing to let slide. Number 10, Jess White, Season 11. Don't speak to me. Harriet kisses Ronnie in the hideaway. Jess pulls him immediately, calls Harriet cheap to her face in the open.
Invited her in there? Cheap. She's cheap and all.
Harriet follows her into the makeup room. Jess turns and says, "Don't speak to me, please."
Babe, don't speak to me, please.
I didn't know that was gonna happen.
Jess doesn't perform anger. She administers it, and the villa has no response because there's nothing to add. The wider group already knows Harriet has been engineering this moment for days. Jess saying it out loud doesn't create drama. It closes it.
I know, and I appreciate your apology, but right now it's about me being upset. It's not about you.
What this does for Season 11's legacy is prove that directness, when controlled enough, becomes impossible to edit against. Jess isn't the villain here. She's the woman who ran out of patience for someone who weaponized innocence. This ranks at 10 because the damage stays in one room. What builds above this spills out of every room it starts in. This is where personal conflict ends, and villa-wide manipulation begins. Number 9, Mitch Taylor, All Stars, the double number 1.
Now no one compares to you, and do you know how hard I've tried? And as much as I've tried, all I had to, as beautiful as she is and as nice as she is, I see a future outside with you, not her.
Mitch tells 2 women, separately, privately, with full eye contact, that they are each his number 1 girl, not his top contender, his number 1, same day, same villa. The woman who finds out first goes quiet.
Now you get to see what was actually said.
That quiet spreads faster than any argument could. The All-Stars cast are returning Islanders. They've seen this before, and they still can't fully believe he goes through with it.
I think it's absolutely bottom of the barrel behaviour.
It's not really acceptable.
But guys are normally more loyal to their boys.
But clearly we're not his boys though.
Just gotta say to him, like, listen,
What this exposes is the gap between what All-Stars promised and what Mitch delivers. A second chance treated as a second playground.
And as much as I've tried, all I thought when cuddling her at night and stuff, I laid there and thinking about, this is forced.
The lie isn't the worst part. The confidence behind it is. This sits at 9 because both women recover. What ranks above this is behavior that follows people out of the villa entirely. But while Mitch's damage was personal, the next entry made a whole group question whether the show itself was against them. Number 8, Luca Bish, Season 8, The Mad Movies Meltdown. Mad Movies hands Luca a screen and footage of another Islander getting close to Gemma during Casa Amor.
Where you at? I'm gonna get told off.
Yeah, so get off me.
So, sorry.
Instead of directing his anger at the situation, he turns it on Gemma, repeatedly, in front of everyone.
Why is Luca?
Gemma holds her ground. Her composure only makes Luca's behavior look worse.
What's deep about that? Keep watching, Tal. I need to see on Keep watching.
The other Islanders don't intervene. They just watch, and their silence is its own verdict. Double standards start trending on Twitter before the episode ends, and a fan base that loved Luca starts asking whether Gemma's calm isn't strength, it's survival. He watches it back and says he was embarrassed.
I mean, much, mate. I'm telling you now, don't want to speak to her.
Embarrassment after the fact isn't accountability during it. This ranks here because the format provoked him. What ranks above this needed no provocation at all. This is where heightened emotions end, and calculated cruelty begins. Number 7, Joey Essex, Season 11, The Love Bomber.
I went on a date with Jessie. I got deeper with her in 20 minutes than I have done with Gracie the whole time I've been here.
Joey enters the villa with a reputation the show knows about and casts him anyway. He couples with Samantha, tells her she's everything he's been looking for. Then his ex, Grace, walks in. The switch flips instantly.
I've got no hard feelings towards you, and I don't know how you feel, still care about you.
Then Jesse arrives. The switch flips again.
I am very happy you've chosen me.
You are?
If you didn't pick me, I'd be a little bit gutted.
3 women, 1 identical performance. 0 hesitation between any of them. Samantha watches it happen from across the fire pit. Grace watches it happen days later. Neither gets an explanation that matches what they were told.
You were saying one thing to one of us and the other to the other. So
I weren't
it's
saying
done
it.
now,
But I moved on like that. It was a stepping
but you were
stone.
saying one thing to one of us within the same day and one to the other. You said, babe, it's you. You know that it's you. And then to Jesse, you were like,
No, but
I'm
then it
so
was
glad that you
after I was
picked.
done with you, I was with Jesse.
Oh, Joey!
Straight up.
The villa can't categorize Joey as a villain because he seems genuinely convinced each time, and that uncertainty is more unsettling than obvious malice. 3 women received the same emotional experience in sequence, and the show handed Joey a sympathetic edit for all of it.
Trying to say I weren't talking to you and then talking to Jesse. No, I was with you there and then I moved on.
Within, like, literally an hour,
Okay,
though. Those
it moves
conversations
fast,
were in the
very
same
fast,
day.
The meanest part isn't the switching. It's the sincerity he brings to each new beginning. This ranks at 7 because the format enabled it. What ranks above this didn't need the format's help, which raises the question every entry above this forces us to ask. What happens when the show can no longer protect its villain with a sympathetic cut? Number 6, Jacques O'Neill. Season 8, The Gaslight Spiral.
I never want to hurt you again. It's literally made me realise I only want you.
Jacques spends weeks making Paige feel like her reactions to his behavior are the problem. When she pushes back, he reframes. When she's hurt, he redirects.
Feel like you want me or anything, that's fine. I understand. From now on, it's just you and that's it.
Then he self-eliminates, citing his mental health, leaving Paige to process a relationship that was never quite what she thought it was. Alone. On camera. In front of the entire country. Paige's face when he leaves doesn't look like grief. It looks like confusion.
Obviously, it hurts me to see how unhappy he was and how he wasn't being himself, so obviously I just want the absolute best for him, sort of thing.
The villa doesn't mourn Jacques' exit. They check on Paige. That response is its own verdict. The self-elimination lets Jacques control the narrative one final time, framing his exit as a personal decision rather than a consequence of behavior the villa had already quietly documented. Prioritizing mental health is never wrong. The timing, the framing, and the social media behavior that followed suggested the narrative was always the priority. This is where individual cruelty ends, and format manipulation begins. Number 5, Paige Thorne, Season 8, Let the Girlies Finish. Danica couples with Jay. Paige's group debriefs, specifically about Danica's decision, when Danica and India walk over. Paige smiles sweetly and asks if the girlies wouldn't mind letting them finish first.
Girlies, do you mind if we just have just a little catch up and then we can all catch up together?
Yes, of course.
Danica walks away. The group continues dissecting a decision she never gets to defend. Paige doesn't raise her voice. The smile does more damage than a confrontation ever could. The villa absorbs it without pushback because it's packaged as politeness, and that packaging is the sophistication of it. The moment that cements Paige's place on this list isn't the exclusion, it's the podcast response afterward, dismissing the women talking about her as people talking to stay relevant.
It's not like that. No, I wasn't. No, literally, it's fine. Love you girls.
No acknowledgement, just a redirect that makes her the victim of a story she created. The cruelest mean girl never loses her composure. She never has to. If the moment you've been waiting for hasn't shown up yet, it's coming. Because this is where the list stops being about drama and starts being about the moments that actually changed what Love Island is. If you're a fan who remembers exactly where you were when these aired, make sure you're subscribed, because the top entries aren't just the most shocking, they're the ones that broke something that never fully got fixed. Number 4, Olivia Hawkins, Season 9, The Men to Tears era. Olivia walks into Season 9, comfortable with the difference between being liked and being respected. When the men perform interest without intention, she calls it.
How can you go and kiss her and then say you want to explore it with me?
Do you want me to be truthfully honest?
You can't have your cake and eat it.
I'm not trying to have my cake.
No, because you are.
I'm really not.
When they waste her time, she says so. When they expect her to soften her standards because the villa makes directness inconvenient, she declines.
Come over to
I was this close to coming back single.
Listen, but yeah, you didn't. You recoupled
But I was
as well.
very close. I was torn.
But you recoupled.
The complaints filed to a television watchdog about women reducing men to tears are not filed about screaming matches. They are filed about a woman who refused to pretend bad behavior was acceptable.
I've been straight up with you, Liv.
No, you haven't.
I have.
You haven't.
I have. Tomorrow.
It all makes sense. Like, it all makes so much sense now to me.
The men who cry in response to being held accountable, cry. The women of Season 9 form a bond around Olivia's energy and get labeled toxic femininity for it.
If you want me to be honest, it wasn't even about you. It was about me and him.
Do you still like it? Okay.
I'm not here for drama.
What Olivia's arc exposes is the double standard baked into the format. Grafters are celebrated. Women with standards are villainized. She refuses the label and forces the audience to ask why it existed at all. The Ofcom complaints are the most revealing thing about Season 9. Not because Olivia was wrong, but because of how badly it needed her to be.
I don't need friends like you in my life. I've got enough friends, thank you.
Okay, calm.
But while Olivia's meanness protected herself, the next entry shows what happens when an islander uses kindness as the weapon. Number 3, Michael Griffiths, Season 5, the Casa Amor character assassination.
Genuinely thought I knew Michael, and I thought I knew how much he liked Amber, but evidently not.
This is the moment Season 5 is remembered for. Michael spends weeks as the nice guy, the one who checks on people, calls out the other lads, makes Amber feel genuinely seen. Casa Amor ends that version of him permanently.
She doesn't take herself too serious, which is a massive thing for me, and although it doesn't really roll off my tongue, I do believe she's beautiful. So I've decided to recouple.
He walks back in with Joanna. Amber is already standing there, single, having stayed loyal. Michael doesn't just recouple. He delivers a verdict on Amber's entire character while doing it.
The fact that you never really allowed me to open up to you, because you didn't really open up to me.
Right, okay.
Childish. Difficult. Not someone he could be himself around. Weeks of warmth dismantled in one public speech, while she stands there and absorbs every word. Amber's face during that speech is the most watched reaction shot of the season. She doesn't collapse. She recalibrates. The villa goes silent in the way it only does when something crosses a line nobody officially named, but everyone felt. Fans never got over this, not because he recoupled, but because the speech was chosen. He had already won. The cruelty was optional. The show was never quite the same after this. The format gave Michael permission to leave. He used it to burn Amber down on his way out. This ranks at 3 because the damage has a shape. One speech, one ceremony. What ranks above this doesn't announce itself at all. Number 2, Ella Thomas, Season 10, the Ouzy power move. Going into Casa Amor, Ella and Tyreek are closed off. Exclusive. The fandom believes in it. Then Ella walks back in with Ouzy C, a footballer she already knows from back home. This isn't a Casa Amor stumble. It's a calculated decision made with full knowledge of exactly what it will cost. Tyreek stays single to wait for her. He sees Ouzy. 10 weeks of swagger and composure, gone in one look.
Didn't really expect it from her, but I guess she was never mind, just my turn. Honestly hope it was worth it, because we're done completely.
The power dynamic of season 10 rearranges itself in 30 seconds, and nobody in that villa knows what to say. Fans never got over this, not because they were angry at Ella, but because they understood her completely.
But I didn't know Ouzy was going to be there, and I wanted to explore it more with him, but it doesn't mean that me and you is over.
Tyreek set the pace, controlled the timeline, decided when it was real.
You gave me my time to explore when we was open. We decided to close things off. So honestly, wish for the best, bro.
Ella's Ouzy move is not cruelty. It's a mirror. And then Ella delivers the line the internet quotes for weeks.
I feel like I gave you time to explore when you wanted to explore.
She gave him every opportunity. He chose his timeline, so she chose hers. The format handed Tyreek every structural advantage. Ella took it back in one walk across a villa floor. This sits at 2 because the relationship survives it. What sits above this broke something that was never going to be repaired. Number 1. Adam Collard, Season 4, the original. This is the moment the entire franchise is remembered for. Adam enters Season 4 with a composure that reads as confidence until you watch long enough to see it's something else entirely. He moves through Kendall, Rosie, Zara, and Daryl in sequence, not with the stumbling uncertainty of someone genuinely confused, but with method.
Psycho killer.
Why not like it?
No.
Quite cute, aren't you? Stone Cold Zara's not so stone cold right now.
I'm not stone cold, I'm cute.
Yeah, that's what I said.
Each woman receives the full version of Adam, right up until a better option walks through the door.
Oh, do you know what, Ad? You've let me literally break my heart today. You really need to look at it. I'm sorry, but I've really tried.
Rosie confronts him, says everything that needed to be said with composure and real pain behind every word. Adam tells her she's being too emotional.
Funny, is this like a big game to you?
I just think it's funny the way you react.
Yeah, I've reacted so badly. I mean,
That sentence, delivered to a woman reacting with complete proportionality, reframed by the person who caused it as evidence of her instability. The villa splits in real time. The women see it immediately.
A coincidence is a pattern. I'm not the first girl, I'm the second girl. Megan was the third, you're the fourth, and it's been 2 weeks. Be careful.
The men take longer because Adam's manipulation is packaged in the language of someone who genuinely means well. Women's Aid issues a public statement. They name the behaviors: gaslighting, emotional control, manipulation, without needing to name Adam. The entire country is watching the same show. This crossed a line the format couldn't come back from. This is where it stopped being entertainment and started being something else entirely. The fandom still hasn't fully moved on. Not because Adam was uniquely monstrous, but because the show gave him a sympathetic edit and zero consequence. That's the sentence Love Island has never fully answered for. This changed the whole season. This changed how viewers watch Love Island. This is the moment the franchise is remembered for. What Adam took from Rosie, the right to have her feelings taken seriously, didn't just end a villa couple. It ended the version of Love Island that could call itself just a dating show. These were the biggest villains in Love Island UK history. Which one do you think the show should never have let get away with it? Drop it below. The next list might be built entirely around your comments. Subscribe to Island Tea. There is a lot more coming, and you do not want to miss it.